watched the first episode of the 2017 Ducktales, and it's very, very different. It still feels true to the spirit of the show, but it is very, very different. I expected a rehash of the plot, but it's very modernized. The same beats are there. It's the three nephews are going to see Uncle Scrooge, and they have an adventure. The actual adventures are very, very different, and the characterizations are very different. Interestingly enough, the one nitpick I do have is that I have trouble understanding Donald Duck in this version. The animation styles are very, very different. The humor is very much the same. Very character-based humor. There's a very distinctive wit to it. Like, Huey, Louie, the third one. I love it. Where's Dewey? I don't know. Who's Dewey? These probably seem out of context if you haven't seen it. Anyways, you get to really know Uncle Scrooge. In the previous one, he seems a lot more of a hard ass. He seems much more proud to be an individual, doesn't really see the need for family. Whereas here, he's a bit softened up. It's David Tennant doing the voice, and he does a very good job. He matches the original character very well, and I'm still a little aware it's David Tennant behind the mic, but on the other hand, it is such a perfect voice for Scrooge. You see Donald Duck having a job interview, which the twist that it's a sailor for Glomgold is very funny. You get the treasure hunting right away. I really like that the plots are very different between the original and the remake. It would have been easy to just do a modernized version of the same plot. But here you get to explore Scrooge's house more. You get to see some of the artifacts. You get to play with them. You see the magic right away. By the way, I mentioned similarities to Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls team members worked on this show, which was really cool to see. Like a Dana Terrace and John Aoshima. Onwards, Aoshima! So you get Webby right away. You didn't see her in the original, at least not in the first few episodes. And I never saw her in the original, so I don't know what the criticisms of the character were, but I do see here, they do make fun of it. They have an arrow through her original design, and she's got a violent streak, and she's over the top, and a lot of Disney girls are like that, so she's pretty typical Disney. I don't really have an opinion on her either way. Huey, Dewey, Louie, because I'm so used to the original voices, that was jarring. It took me a bit to get used to that. I do like that they're a bit more distinct. You don't really know much about Huey, but Dewey and Louie, they do make an effort to distinguish their personalities a bit more. So, and that's really welcome. I'm excited to see where their arcs go, if they get individual arcs. There's an interesting twist. In the original, Donald Duck is out of the picture, whereas here he's in it more. He was originally Scrooge's sidekick, but they had a falling out. You get their animosity right away, which is very interesting. Was it Scrooge's greed? Was Donald feeling left out? Maybe it was Donald's greed. Who knows? Ooh, that'd be a twist. I don't think they'd do that with Donald. It is fun, and it is cool to see that he does have a job interview. He somehow staples himself to the wall, and it turns out... Did I say this already? I probably did. Sailor for Glomgold. You get Glomgold right away. So that's funny. Oh, I'm on the second episode beginning right now. Oh, it's probably going to piss off some of the older fans, but I do prefer the remake theme song. I like how the remake does it a bit more, because it feels much more energized to me. The original is beyond catchy, but the remake takes it to a whole new level. There is such a bang to it that I really get into. Yeah. I'm thinking about the theme song right now. I like how the original episode is called Woo Woo. Reminds me, a while ago, someone showed me this video. When it was released that David Tennant was doing the voice of Scrooge McDuck, somebody made a parody video of the DuckTales theme song, but with Doctor Who. It's called Doctor Who. Doctor Who! It's very well done, very well edited. So that's a lot of fun. I think you get more in this. I like seeing all the creatures and the artifacts. Oh, they have to stop a dragon from stealing Scrooge's gold. And he does swim in the money here. He does do that. I wonder if they're going to make any more jokes on that, because that's always a fun sight. At D23 last year, when the Ducktales revival was announced, they had a money pit that people could jump into, but sadly the line was way too long and I didn't get a chance. Oh well. I think they're going to have that at more conventions, so there will be a chance to jump into a money pit one day. The animation styles are very different. I like both. I can't really say one's better than the other, because they're both really nice and very beautiful. I like the comic book feel it has here. The colors are really vibrant. Disney animation, it's so vibrant and the background works great. It pops every single frame. I like the angles they pick. Also, you get to see ghosts right away. I'm a fan of ghosts, so you got to see when they battle a ghost, the ghost said he wants Scrooge McDuck's head, so you get to see Scrooge McDuck unleash his hidden badass side, and he gives him the head of a statue. The ghost is defeated, saying, "I should have been more specific!" That was a great twist. Scrooge here, you do see a softened up version of the character than you did see before, because he's a bit softer. You see he feels forgotten, he feels left out. You see more of his need for a family, but you also see that he's a really capable fighter. I wonder, there's only a couple episodes out, so I wonder if they're going to go into that. I'm sure they have a plan. And I'm excited to see the treasure hunting, and I'm excited to see all these characters go through their stories. So, glad I got to check this out, because I'm really glad I saw the original first, but they really do feel like two different shows. So I'm curious to see people who've seen both. Do you have a preference? Do you see it as apples and oranges? I'm curious.